forget it. America cannot fight Russia. In fact, if you ask me, I think that there is a behind-the-scene arrangement between the United States of America and Russia. Because think about it, Russia is less than 150 kilometers away from America. Why don't they fight themselves across their borders? They will never do that. They will never do that. Why don't they fight themselves across their borders? But they would rather go and be doing proxy wars. Proxy wars. Look at what is happening in Syria. Underground arrangement. In fact, there are behind the scenes secret back channels through which they communicate. In fact, they call it de-escalation channels. So before America will bomb a target in Syria, they will first of all tell Russia. Before Russia will bomb a site or a location in Syria, they will first of all tell America. They have de-escalation channels, back channels through which they communicate. So if you ask me, there is an underground, behind the scene arrangement between the United States of America and Russia. Because of course, Russia cannot defeat the US and the US cannot defeat Russia. No matter the story they tell you, no matter the spin that the mainstream media in the West tells you, Russia cannot defeat America, America cannot defeat Russia. And that's the stalemate that America has to deal with. They call it mutually assured destruction because of the nuclear power of both. But think about it. Because of the need of America, they want to gather as much of the world as they can. To do what? To openly create a scene that they are fighting Russia. They are not fighting Russia. If you analyze and look in depth at the effects of the war in Ukraine, you will find out that the war in Ukraine is not really about defeating Russia. The war in Ukraine is really about weakening the European Union. That's what the war in Ukraine is, in two ways: depleting the weaponry or the ammunitions of the European Union on the one hand, and forcing the European Union to buy weapons from the America's military industrial complex. That's what the war in Ukraine is about. It's not about defeating Russia. America cannot defeat Russia. They cannot. Europe cannot defeat Russia, and they know it. But what is surprising me is that Europe, that used to be so smart that they colonized the whole world, including America, they are now so dumb that America is colonizing them and they don't even know. America is asking them to send weapons to Ukraine. All the weapons they have sent to Ukraine, Russia has destroyed. And they keep saying, oh, we send $100 billion of weapon, $100 billion of weapon. Think about it. America has sent over $100 billion of weapons aid to Ukraine. The money for those $100 billion weapon, where does it go? It goes to the American corporation. It goes to the American corporation. So the money never left America. They are doing all this so that the European countries can send in their troops they don't have, because they are lagging behind seriously in the manufacturing and invention of these weapons of war. So the ones that they don't have, America wants to deplete it so that they will force the European countries to come and buy their F-35s, to come and buy their javelins, to come and buy their drones, to come and buy their fighter jets. That's what they are doing, to weaken Europe. It's not to defeat Russia. America cannot defeat Russia. No matter how they spin it, no matter the explanation you give, America cannot defeat Russia, and they know it. And the whole intention of Ukraine is not to defeat Russia. It is to defeat Europe. If European leaders don't know it now, then they are dumber than I'm thinking. The whole essence of the war in Ukraine is not to defeat Russia. It is to defeat Europe. It is to deplete Europe and force Europe to be more dependent on the United States of America. That's why they blew up the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, so that Europe will not continue to get gas from Russia, but instead they will now get gas from America. Imagine, America put all the sanction on Russia because of their invasion of Ukraine. Good, right? But think about it. America did not put sanction on uranium from Russia because they need the uranium from Russia. They did not put sanction on it with all the heavy sanction they claim they have put on Russia. Now, Europe has gas needs, particularly Germany, and they also did not put sanction on the gas. So what does America decide to do? To keep Europe dependent on America, they decided to secretly blow up the Nord Stream 2 pipeline so that Europe will not be able to meet their gas needs from Russia's supply. And guess what? Guess who is providing gas to Europe now? America, which is more expensive for Europe than the gas that they would have gotten from Russia. The whole essence of the Ukraine war is not to defeat Russia. Every peace move that has been made, from the ones that were made by Belarus, the ones that were made by China, the ones that were proposed by the African Union, all the peace moves, they have all been blocked by this US-led West because they have not weakened and defeated Europe enough. The earlier the European countries realize this, the better for them. This game that the US is playing is the same game that they played to colonize Europe. They stood by and watched while Hitler destroyed the whole of Europe during the Second World War. Before they stepped in, they were doing business and getting rich off the Second World War, up to the point that Europe